Well, I'm not sure if I understand that, whether there is physical seed. Did you know that the Torah prohibits spilling of seed onto the ground? Did you know that whether there's physical seed released or not, what comes out of your mouth, things that's vocalized, verbalized, are considered seed? And whether we release physical seed or not, we engage in these types of things like Nadab and Abihu. What we've done, we've released seed and we've created a perversion in the earth, and Yahweh's going to consume that. That's what the Torah is teaching us here. Are you hearing me? That's why it's important for us to be careful to qualify it. Now, fire represents seed. It represents the presence and word of Yahweh, which must be brought into a sanctified house. Again, it can be seen in this picture of the menorah. And we've looked at it before. If you looked at how the menorah was originally designed, this would have been an almond flower. And if you saw this little small part right here, at the base of this bowl, it's called a calyx. If you ever looked at a bulb, a flower blossom or bloom, you notice that there's a hard protective thing that covers the inner part that's used to procreate. I don't know, I can't remember. What is a stamen and anyway. Oh, stapes, incus malleus and stapes, that's the three bones in the ear. So I can't remember the other one. But anyway, that hard covering there, the calyx, is what protects the seed on the inside. And this menorah was representing the one named Messiah, the man. And so that fire also represents seed. And I know we've got some grown-ups in here. If you look at that hard outer cover, it's actually representing the genitals of the fire man. Y'all see that? That's why it was to be a perpetual fire. They were commanded to build the fire and keep the fire stoked 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Turn to your neighbor and tell them, reason you got no fire, your wood's wet. Amen? Now, I've got 2 minutes. So can y'all hold on? I've got just a little bit more. If y'all can hold on, I'll finish this in 5-6 minutes. The word terumah, again, means a heave offering, one that's lifted up. But it was also the portion that was given to the priesthood to eat. They were given the choice portion. Leviticus 7, 32 and 33. If you go back and look at Leviticus 22, it says if the priest's daughter is married into a stranger, we just looked at what the word stranger, it can also infer one who's engaged in idolatrous practices, one who's offering strange fire. She may not eat of the offering of the holy things. Did y'all hear what I just said? Did you know that if a priest's daughter was engaged in adultery, that she was supposed to be burned with the same fire that she could have been blessed by in the tabernacle? Did you hear what I just said? The same fire that'll bless you and minister to you will scorch you. Hello? Well, the terumah was to be consumed by the priesthood. That offering. If it's to be eaten, what does the word terumah represent? It represents the Torah, the Word, the manna, the living water, and the fire. And now you know in John chapter 6, 48 through 58, there was such a hard saying made by Yeshua when he says, listen, you need to, if you want eternal life, you're going to have to eat my flesh and drink my blood. Remember? And then he goes on to explain, this flesh is living manna and my blood is living water. And it was such a hard saying that many of his followers left him. He's talking about the fact that he was the lifted up terumah, that you were supposed to be able to consume that and eat that in order to form the sanctuary or the tabernacle. Whatever you receive on the inside of you forms you into that. You are what you eat, so you become one. Can you see that? That's what he's alluding to. Again, the word for bones, she's bone of my bones, etzem, it can mean not only bones, but it can mean tree, which is wood for fuel or fire. And as we were sharing yesterday, the blood, the congealed light, the fire of Yahweh is formed in those bones. Now, as we get ready to look at it, what you have to remember is that fire is also what restrains your flesh. That's why in Jeremiah 20, verse 9, he says, it's like a fire shut up in my bones. I've got just a couple of seconds and I'll be finished. In this pattern, you see the man in the tabernacle filled with the fire of Yahweh day and night. And Israel was charged with building the tabernacle and keeping the fire stoked. You and I are now tasked with building the same tabernacle, only it's in a fleshly house. When's the last time you stoked the fires?